Hello, singing friends. Welcome back to my channel. It's Miki here, your friendly neighborhood singing coach. I hope you're all doing well. I am repping my 9 Inch Nails merch. Congratulations to Trent Reznor, Atticus Ross, and Jean-Baptiste for winning for the soundtrack for Soul last night at the Oscars. You're probably watching this at a later date, so this is a little bit outdated, I am sure. But I did not watch the Oscars. I never do, but I heard that they were a lot more boring than previous years because of COVID and social distancing protocols, and obviously a much more scaled down production than usual. But I never watch it, so I don't really care. I always just catch up on clips later. So if you did watch it and you have some recommendations for me on what clips I should watch, put them down in the comments below. But I was very excited to hear about Trent Reznor winning. I did think that the soundtrack to Soul was excellent, very inventive and creative. I didn't love the plot to that movie, but I did think that the soundtrack was pretty awesome. And he's one of those artists that has definitely evolved and had an incredible longevity to his career, and that I don't feel embarrassed about still liking. It's really nice when you can kind of co-evolve through life with your favorite artists. And a lot of my other teenage artists that I liked are either dead or humiliated themselves by trying to continually reincarnate their younger selves. So I think he's really inspirational in the career that he's tracked. Anyway, I'm not reviewing 9 Inch Nails today. I am reacting to another Ofra Haza performance. This is a live version of Yabaye, which I did a reaction to previously, and this is a request from my friend and viewer Melihat Hassani, and this is from Montreaux, and apparently there's a spoken intro to the song. So this is from Switzerland from 1990. So let's jump right in and check it out, shall we?
My next song expresses the disconnection between my mother and I. My mother, she's very religious from the generation before, very intelligent. In her point of view, a girl in her 20s has to settle down and raise a family. And me, with my career, with the music and singing that I love, I'm in a different world. I meet different people, speak different languages. My mother just don't understand the way of life I've chosen, but she still keeps giving me good advices. But within us, when she calls out in pain during Yabaye, something like, oh my God, it still gets to me. Yabaye, oh my God. I would like you to sing with me together in this song. Is that okay? Great. Okay, it's not so difficult, very easy. Yemenite word, Yabaye, oh my God. And it goes like this. My mother says, Yabaye, Yabaye. My mother says,
Yabba yabba yeah.
Again, my mother says,
Yabba yeah, yabba yeah.
my mother says,
Yabba yabba yeah.
you didn't eat today?
I'm gonna pause it there because I just don't want to get flagged. So I love this. It's so humanizing when artists bring you into their world, and she does it so well. She's just so poised when she speaks, especially considering that this is not her first language. She's so articulate and so at home. And she's telling a very personal story that really is very universal and hooks into your emotions immediately. I think we can all kind of relate, at least I can. Tell me if you guys can relate to your parents having expectations of you that differ from your own. And I think those expectations, even though I've been able to loosen their grip on me as I've gotten older, still very much influence the decisions that I make and have certainly guided me away from paths that I might have taken were I left up to my own devices, for better and for worse. I mean, I think obviously our parents have wisdom to give us from their own lived experience, and yet there's a reason why we all have to make our own mistakes from generation to generation, and there's not more of this passed down continual evolution of wisdom, because things change from generation to generation, and it's a very small sample size to advise from your own personal lived experience. And I think this is especially poignant considering that she did eventually get married and eventually contracted HIV from her husband, who was a drug addict. So perhaps if she hadn't been pressured by her family and her community to settle down, maybe she would have been like a Cher and continued on as this independent woman who didn't feel the need to find a partner, and perhaps she would still be alive today. I mean, it's kind of silly to think about these counterfactuals, but one can't help but wonder what else could have been in store for her if she hadn't had the very well-meaning expectations of her mother placed on her. So that's pretty sad. And I also just, I love her ease and facility when she's bantering with the crowd, when she says you didn't eat today, because they're not giving her enough of a enthusiastic, animated response to the sing-along. I think that's so funny and spontaneous, so it's really cool to just like see her personality and what a great performer she was.
Let's try again. I want to hear you all. My mother says, my mother says, my mother says, my mother says, Baye. My mother says, my mother says, Yabaye, Yabaye. My mother says, Yabaye, Yabaye. From Desert Wind, Yabaye.
All right. Just allowing it to reset. Little short clips here. Here we go. We're going to go into the actual song now. Cool. I love the power in her voice in this one. We don't often get to hear that low range of hers, and when she really connects in her chest voice, she's got quite a nice, powerful belt. I also really like that the song incorporates the very nice, complicated melisma in the beginning, and then the chorus is actually quite simple, and the pre-chorus as well. That da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. That's a pretty simple melody. And then we have that very, very simple sing-along. Yabaye, yabaye. So it's that contrast between the very complex and much more simple melodies. And it has a really good beat. The groove is really, really nice. So I think overall it's quite a catchy song. and it doesn't have some of the esoteric qualities that some of her other songs have that can be more like dreamy and hard to follow and complex. This is something that really, really kind of hooks in very easily to your ear and is easy to remember on the first listen, as sing-alongs are meant to be. So I think it's very, very cool. I was wondering what that instrument is in the beginning. I think it's a bassoon. I don't know. I can't recognize it. I'm not fully versed on all of the orchestral instruments, but it's very cool. I like that intro with that scale, the da 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 da, or whatever the melody is on that minor scale. I think that's like a very, very strong instrumental introduction that leads into the song. I really, really like that as well. Very, very cool. So I love this high energy version of the song. I think it's a great song to sing at a festival like this. And it's a jazz festival, so I love the orchestration with the keyboards and the brass or woodwinds. I have no idea what that is. I think it's a bassoon. But don't come at me if it's not, please. But I think it's great with that beat, the drums and everything else. It's just like a really lively, animated, full of energy song and version of the song. So that's great. And I love that I thought the crowd had like good involvement. They could have been a little bit more vocal and invested, but I thought that it was good, that there was good energy. So overall, I really, really like it. I think it's very touching to just get more of a sense of her personal connection to the song. And I really liked it. So hopefully you enjoyed my reaction, and I will see you guys here next time. If it's a Monday, I'll see you Wednesday. If it's a Wednesday, I'll see you Monday. Of course, take care of yourselves, and until we meet again, happy singing.
Thank you very much.